Welcome back. You're watching the market on ET Now. Well, let's kickstart, or rather help you kickstart your trading session with the help of our technical analysts. We have with us Naresh Mirani as well as Gaurav Bissa. Gentlemen, hi, morning. Well, Gaurav, over to you. I want to ask you specifically on some of the banking stocks, because we've seen a great amount of traction, gusto, contribution as well from this heavyweight, which has further propelled the index to post one of the best months so far this year. What's your take over there, and also share with us your picks?
Well, if you look at first Bank Nifty, it has one of the highest weightages in the index Nifty as well, and it has been an underperformer. If you look at last few months, not just the last couple of days or few weeks, it's been the case for last few months. Nifty has comfortably made multiple times lifetime high, but Bank Nifty has been failing to do so. It's still comfortably below the previous lifetime high level. So there is some amount of catching up that is needed for Bank Nifty, and that is what is expected now. The immediate hurdle of 36,500 on Nifty bank spot levels, that is something to reckon about. Once it gives a close above these levels, so there's going to be a significant breakout, and it can head towards the level of 37,800, 38,000. So we're talking about 1,500, 2,000 points kind of move coming in a short period of time, and that can propel Nifty going ahead. So as like Naresh said, that at the current levels, we can see some amount of correction in Nifty, because we have seen a lot of outperformance. There are a couple of heavyweight names that can give a push, but when it comes to Bank Nifty, there's a lot of juice that is left. We have to make a fresh lifetime high. So on that basis, I would now recommend that Bank Nifty is good. A close about 500, 2,000 points move is what one can expect in Bank Nifty. As far as the individual recommendations are concerned, there are a lot of stocks that have moved up, and I would rather stick to names that are giving fresh breakouts, not very far from breakouts, so that there is some margin of safety as well. One of them would be Indigo. We have seen a lot of build-ups happening in the name. There's a good swing high that was made, a small consolidation breakout. For last 6 to 8 months, it has been trading in a range, and now it has given that breakout as well. So immediate target of 2,000 can be expected in Indigo. Stop loss of 1850. Second would be a banking name. So we are talking about potential breakout happening in Bank Nifty. Among them, mid-cap PSU banks are looking good. Large-cap names have already been performing, whether you're talking about HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank or Axis Bank. They have been a decent performance so far. But mid-cap names have not been catching up and have not been participating. Now is the time one can see that. Federal Bank can see levels of 88 levels, stop loss of 77. It is trading a rising channel. On weekly chart, it has given a golden crossover, and there's a good support there as well. So I think this can be one of the mid-cap banking names going forward.
Okay, with our trading strategies in place, let's also discuss.
Okay, let's talk about stocks like ICICI, Kotak, HDFC Bank. Gaurav, the last 1 month, we've seen the last few days, the last few weeks, we've seen finally some good traction come by in this. And HDFC Bank in particular has been pretty quiet recently. Kotak too has largely had its quiet days. How do you see these stocks move from here on, especially at a time when many are saying that, look, it's now the turn of the large caps to shine, the Nifty 50 to shine? So considering that these are heavyweights, how much weightlifting do you see these stocks do?
Well, if you talk about Nifty Bank, the major push has been coming from the large cap banks only, and predominantly ICICI Bank has been leading the pack. You rightly mentioned that HDFC Bank has not been doing too much. Slowly and gradually it has been going up, but it has not been going full guns. As long as 1560 is held on to, I expect HDFC Bank Limited to go towards a level of 1650, which is going to be its previous high. At those levels, one can try to gauge whether it's going to go up or whether one should be booking profits. But I feel from here, another 4%, 5% upside cannot be ruled out. For Kotak, I'm still a bit skeptical. The structure is not very bad or weak anymore, but still to give some confidence. It's not instilling the confidence that probably an Axis Bank, which is again giving a fresh breakout, is giving, or probably an HDFC Bank is giving. The same kind of confidence is not given by Kotak Bank. So apart from Kotak, the names like HDFC Bank and Axis Bank, they are looking interesting. So if somebody wants to focus on large cap names, these are the names one should be going on.
Okay. Bharti Airtel, this is definitely a stock to watch out for. Yesterday's trading session as well, we saw a 7% uptick, 663 for this one. Gaurav, we are trading in uncharted territories for this one. Do you see any signs of resistance coming in this chart? I'm asking you purely from a technical perspective. What's your take? How can now traders position themselves in a stock like Airtel?
Well, if you look at on a very immediate basis, then the perspective remains slightly positive for the reason that there was a breakout that we saw at levels of 612, 615, and the targets of that would come around levels of 675, 680, probably 700 if we stretch a bit. So if somebody has already bought, then one can keep trailing stop losses and hold on for levels of 700. Fresh entry is not advisable. Yes, there was a very big large candle yesterday. The volume participation was also good. But for very immediate basis, I don't see there is too much of juice left in terms of risk reward. 1:1, it's not something that is very interesting. But if somebody has a longer term perspective, then on monthly chart, the stock gave a strong breakout. It's giving a good close. It has given a good close as well. So I'm more optimistic on a very larger base chart or monthly chart. So it can head towards probably 850, 900, and 1000 is also possible. So any declines towards 600 would become quite interesting. But on a very immediate basis, the risk reward is not suitable, and I would not recommend for next few days in trading perspective.
Right. Gaurav, on that note, let's have your mid-cap ideas as well.
The mid-cap that I have for you is Astral Poly. It has seen a good move, and then it witnessed a amount of consolidation. It gave a breakout. It has made a retest of the breakout pattern. And for me, more than breakout, the retest of breakout is more of an interesting pattern. It's bounced from the 89 EMA as well. So keeping a stop loss of 1970, one can play for levels of 2150. Once it gives a close about 2150, we can expect much more upside coming in the name and can head towards a level of 2250 as well. So Astral Poly is very cleverly positioned, and that is something one can focus on.
Right. Nuresh, let's have your mid-cap strategy.